Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. These two guys are very similar because they both were in WWE and they both left. And they both went into MMA, and Brock Lesnar went into UFC, and Bobby Lashley went around the world. And Brock Lesnar's 37 years old, guys. I want to ask you guys, the fans, do you think Bobby Lashley has any chance of defeating Brock Lesnar? He's actually older. He's 38 years old, and he's on a 5-fight winning streak. Since his loss to James Thompson in the Super Fight League back in 2012, he's went on a 5-win tear, and he's done it in Britain and recently in Bellator, where he defeated Josh Burns and Carl Ethergotten. So, I want to ask you guys what you think about this matchup. It's 3 years ago that we first thought about this. Back in 2012, people were really wondering, could these guys ever meet up? And Brock Lesnar retired. And that was the end of it. There was a few years there where we were wondering who would win this fight, from around 2008 to 2012. And Brock Lesnar at 2012 went back into the WWE. And he did some great things there. And in WWE, these guys are very similar. They both share high aggression. They're both very good. And they never face each other in WWE. That's the interesting thing about this. I think it'd be really great if WWE signed Bobby Lashley back and took him back and put this fight together. If not, Brock Lesnar is coming back to UFC. I know it. I can tell from some of the talks that I've heard and some of the news that I've read that, he's coming back. And Bobby Lashley is still an avid MMA fighter. He's made himself a good record, and he's been doing good things. I know his opponents aren't of the caliber that Brock Lesnar's were, and a lot of the fans are going to think that because of that, Brock Lesnar would totally dominate Bobby Lashley. And I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with the majority of the fans. And, from what I've seen, the speed of Brock Lesnar is on a different level than Bobby Lashley's. Although he's been able to pull off wins with good matchups, I don't think that Father Time's on his side. He's 38 years old now, and I don't think he's ever going to be what Brock Lesnar was. And we get to see the return of Brock now, the second emergence. Will he pull off victories like he did in his prior past? Or will we see the end of the giant? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And that's a true statement. Whoever made that up years ago was right. That's why we're still saying it now. WWE fans, speak up. Would you want to see this fight? Is this one of the fights that you want to see, that you have to see, that you'd be dying, clamoring for, that you'd actually pay a pay-per-view, call up with your credit card and pay for this? Or is it too late? Is this something you wanted to see years ago? Is it something that the UFC or MMA should have put together for you when you want to see it? Or do you want to see this in the WWE? Do you even really want to see them fight? All up to you guys. Peace out. I just wanted to throw this matchup together and say that, as a longtime MMA fan, I'm pretty sure that Brock Lesnar would beat Bobby Lashley. But I'm still open to your opinions. Brock was sick. I know some guys might say that. And Bobby's done pretty well. He kept fighting. Keep fighting, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Hello, subscribe to Apology.